As it was written, as it was foretold in the ancient texts, Gavin McKenna scores the opening goal.
Tired Fins on the ice. Here's McKenna, loose in front. Good stop, rebound, score! Gavin McKenna!
Seriously, though, we knew this was going to happen, right? It's his rite of passage. He had to do this. When he starts beating McDavid's goal records and point records, they'll be tuning back to this footage to say, hey, remember when he did this? Anyway, Canada played Finland today in the World Juniors, so let's talk about it.
I only shoot and score. Then if you score, then we'll come.
What a way for Canada to start things off in the World Juniors by facing Finland. I'm not blowing smoke up your butts when I say that Finland is a tough team. And I say that because I do have a lot of Finns watching my content. If you're not familiar with my channel, I do a lot of Canadians, but Montreal Canadiens content on my channel. And as you all know, we have a Finnish stud on the team. He's a superstar. Everybody knows him. Everybody loves him. Joel Armia. So we're going to recap this game. I'm going to show you some of the highlights. And I'm going to talk to you about who you should be looking for and paying attention to. Because I have a feeling this is going to be a really interesting World Juniors that we're going to want to follow along with. And while we're at it, why don't you follow along with me by hitting that subscribe button, liking the video, and commenting down in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. So things open up. We get to learn a little bit about the players. We take a look at Finland's goaltender, Rimpinen. He's going to be a big factor in the game tonight. Another player to keep an eye on is Helenius from Finland. And then on Canada, you want to look out for Carter George, Canada's goalie. Gavin McKenna. What can I say that hasn't already been said? This young kid named Easton Cowan, drafted to the Toronto Maple Leafs. A little bit jealous of that one. Then there's Jet Lachenko, Porter Martone, Matthew Schaefer, who is yet to be drafted. And we've got a real cast of characters on this Canadian team. Gavin McKenna, of course, is primed to be the #1 pick of the 2026 draft. He's only 17 years old. He's leading the WHL in scoring with 60 points in 30 games. He plays on the Medicine Hat Tigers. So the puck drops, the game's underway. First of all, in this game, I love the camera work. The game looked really good. I don't know if you guys have the same opinion as me. Even sounded good. You could really get the feel of the arena.
Well, he knows a few. How about the 2022 World Junior when...
Just a real good experience. With less than a minute into the game, Oliver Bonk, that's Radek Bonk's son. Remember him? Teases everyone with an offside non-goal.
Easton Cowan, one of 4 returnees from last year, drops that back on the line. Oliver Bonk.
Did he know it was offside? Did he have to take that shot? Another thing that could be said about this game is it was physical. It wasn't one of those games where you thought that maybe a lot of these kids aren't lined up right away for the NHL. Maybe they need a couple more years in the oven. Hey, they look like some tough kids out there. Still in the first, Easton Cowan is mixing it up after the play. There's a little scuffle. Schaefer and Helenius gets talked to. No penalty. Thought that was kind of strange. The game is looking pretty even. Each team is getting their opportunities. But by the time we get to the end of the first period, Canada pulls away a little bit in terms of offensive zone opportunities. The Finns are looking more like they're a team that's going to get the opportunities off of a rush. And with less than a minute left and Canada leading in shots 14-6, Gavin McKenna is going to score that first goal.
Richie with time, shoots, ripping the save. Bonk back with it. Tired Fins on the ice. Here's McKenna, loose in front. Good stop, rebound, score!
We're off to the second period. It is 1-0 Canada. Things pick up pretty much where they left off in the second period. Canada is still dominating the offensive zone time. It's nearly 6 minutes into the second period, and the Finns haven't registered one shot. That's when the confident young Easton Cowan scores his goal.
Backhand winds in, crisscrossing with Akey. Cowan throws that towards the goal that was knocked out. Now stolen by Cowan. In comes Easton Cowan, shoots.
It's now 2-0 for the Canadians. Both teams are getting power play opportunities, but nobody's able to capitalize. Then the Finns get a huge opportunity, but Dickinson makes an incredible defensive play and breaks it up. With less than 2 minutes left in play for the second period, Finland finally registers their double-digit shot. But the shots on goal in the second period were 12-5 for the Canadians. The Canadians are registering a lot of shots, but watch out for the third period. Finland starts to make some statements. They start putting shots toward the net. Some scary stuff is getting by, but with 5 minutes left to go, Canada almost goes up by 3. Callum Ritchie nearly extended the Canada lead to 3 with a between-the-legs shot at the top of the crease, but it won't go. Oliver Bonk set up a seam pass from the point to Ritchie's tape, but the attempt from the Avalanche prospect was turned away by Rimpinen. I gotta say again, Rimpinen is looking fantastic in this game. They're down by 2, but they could be down by a lot more, and that does happen.
And then Kent Johnson, the golden goal, seconds later. Price winds it, feeds it back in front of score!
Luca Pinelli gets a beautiful goal with a feed from Caden Price. It's now going to be 3-0 for the Canadians. The Finns make a valiant effort to come back here. Like, I was sweating in the last minutes of this game. With about 3 minutes left, Martone takes a high sticking penalty. The crowd is yelling boo, but I mean, come on.
Team Canada, number 22, minor penalty, high sticking.
Yips, the visor.
Now with the power play and their goalie pulled, the Finns are getting a lot of pressure in the offensive zone. They're setting up really good. There's one opportunity where the Finns get a close call. You can hear a guy in the audience just yelling, no! It's probably a dad of one of the players.
Pinelli back for Halton, shoots, bouncy puck in front, and George got just a piece that might have tipped the post as well.
They're getting more opportunities. It looks like they're going to be able to at least bring this within 2 goals, but the Canadians kill off the penalty, and they're able to add one more to make it 4-0.
Almost earned it. Turns over to Fisher. Schaefer out of Schiffer, sends it down the ice, and score!
Carter George is going to have his first shutout of the tournament, recording 31 saves. The Finns managed to come up from 6 shots in the first period to 31 shots by the end of the third. Can't help but wonder what the game would have looked like if the Finns would have played like they did in the third for the first and the second. Regardless, a phenomenal game. I can't wait to see more. I'm going to keep my eyes on those young prospects, and especially the undrafted prospects. Might do a video about who is undrafted, who do we expect to see in the 2025 draft and the 2026. Yeah, these kids are phenoms. It's bonkers how quickly these young kids are becoming what we used to consider maybe a potential generational talent back in the day. That's going to do it for me, guys. I hope you like this. I'm going to do these recap videos for the Canadian games. So tune in, subscribe. Hope you guys had a good holiday. Hope you guys had a good Christmas. I had a great Christmas. We can talk about it more maybe in a future video. But I hope you're taking care of yourself. New Year's is right around the corner. Remember, don't drink and drive. Thank you so much for watching. Like the video. It helps me out with search results or something. Subscribe to become a subscribe and hit that bell to get notified when I put up a video. And as always, I'll see you down below in the comments.